right. Well, thank you for joining me today. I love to see you again. Actually, can you tell me how far you have actually gone on this walk so far?
I think I've done a little bit over 800 miles so far, and I am in the middle of northern Ohio.
Oh, wow. And you have to reach what, 3,000 miles, right?
A
Like
little over
the goal.
3,000. Yep.
Yeah. So what has been your favorite experience so far on this walk?
My favorite experience. Oh, there's been a lot. First of all, I love meeting the people along the way. There was one day that wasn't such a good experience where I actually popped a tire on my buggy.
Oh.
Um, yeah, I ended up having to put everything in my buggy on my back and carry it for about 10 miles before I found someone that was willing to help. But I just randomly entered a service department at a Cooper Ford in like Richfield Springs, New York, and I met the manager there, Lucas, who actually offered to give me a ride to a Walmart, drove me there, bought some inner tubes for me, some spare inner tubes so that I could fix the tire, drove me all the way back to the dealership and helped me fix it right then and there. So getting to meet him and having such a nice person help me out was really an awesome experience.
Yeah, that sounds great. And then actually, have you encountered like any fans on this like walk as well that have
I
like
have actually,
helped
yeah.
you? Yeah.
Yep, yep. So I've had a couple of people stop, especially on a rainy day like today, and they'll offer me a ride. At that point, I get to tell them what I'm doing, which is a cool thing to get to tell people. And usually they'll think it's really interesting, and they'll stop and talk to me for a while. Usually they'll offer me like things out of their car or anything I can grab. But I've also met people from the live stream audience as well. Met a wonderful guy named Aaron who actually bought me a couple of sandwiches out there in Pittsfield, Mass, and as well as a woman named Barbara who met me near Miller's Falls there and helped me with a flat tire out there as well. So it's been great.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm surprised the flat like you can get like flat tires on like the you're using a carriage thing, right? Like a baby carriage, right?
Yeah, it's a baby stroller,
Yeah.
but it has like bicycle wheels because they're just a little bit better on some of this rougher terrain out here. So they pop.
Well, at least you got it fixed though. All right, and now let's jump into so basically Subway, they reached out to you, right? And you received this new gear from them and limited access to Subway, right? Actually, can I ask you, what is your favorite grinder from Subway?
Oh, I love the chicken bacon ranch melt. Just because it's like really high in calories, really dense, fits really well in the stomach. It gives you all that energy you need to get those miles into the day.
And are you actually, so since you have this limited access to Subway now, are you going to be trying out like their whole menu? Or if you haven't already, I don't know if you already have, but are you going to be trying it all out?
I already have been because you get a little tired of eating the same sandwich every day. So getting able to branch out and basically explore everything they got and gives you a little bit more variety, which is really, really good and really helpful. And everything they have on the menu is pretty delicious. So I don't have a problem working my way around it. But yeah, since I've gotten the more access, I've been treating myself to double meat a lot more often.
And then what made you passionate about Subway? Like, why did you make Subway become part of?
So the long story is I heard about this trip walking across the country when I was in high school, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Decided that I wanted to give it a try and do it when I graduated high school, but unfortunately I tore my ACL and couldn't do it right after I graduated. So since then I heard about 49 other people have gone on this trip, and so I wanted to find a way to make it so that I could raise my hands at the end and say I'm the only person that's ever done that. So I thought of the challenge. Why don't I try doing it? Eat only one type of food, and Subway was basically the only option. They have more availability than any other restaurant chain in the U.S., and their nutritional value alone makes it so that I can actually get up and walk every day without, passing out or gaining 150 pounds.
And then how do you feel about being honored with like the new gear and the limited access to Subway and their donation to they made to the big city Mountaineers? Like, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel awesome, to be honest with you. It makes me feel great that they thought that what I was doing was cool enough to get involved with. I'm super excited about the donation to Big City Mountaineers because, like I said, I'm pretty passionate about their mission statement and what they're doing. Trying to give a lot of those children the experience to get out there in nature and wilderness that they wouldn't otherwise have because it helped me out a lot when I was a kid. So I'm just really excited that they were able to give such large donations so that we can really help kids.
All right, awesome. And then also too, with the donation, I wanted to ask you, like, what kind of types of experiences do you think these youth will now be able to like accomplish with that sum of money that they have now received through this organization? What do you think youth will be able to do now?
Sure. So what Big City Mountaineers does is they reach out to organizations that are already existing, like the Boys and Girls Club or the YMCA, and they try to reach out to these organizations to find certain particular kids that have an interest in the outdoors but don't have the availability or I guess opportunity to go out there. And they try to set up these giant excursions like hiking trips, backpacking trips, first time fishing voyages, canoe trips, really just give them this opportunity that they don't really have. So I think with the money that is coming in from Subway, there's a lot of kids that are going to be able to go out for maybe their first hike ever, or their first fishing trip, or really experiencing something amazing that they wouldn't otherwise get to.
Do you actually know how much they're at right now with like how much money they have raised in addition to the Subway giving them amount of money? Like, do you know how much it is like total right now?
I don't know. I'm just actually a small part of the campaign. Their campaign is called the Adventure for Someone, and they allow for anyone that's doing a cool adventure like this to try to raise money on their behalf. So I'm not sure what the total amount raised is. All I know is that the amount of the Subway donation is about $10,000.
Okay, so it all comes together as one then. It's so many people can do this and like contribute to one big donation, like
Yep, exactly.
or fundraiser. Yeah. Okay, and then what kind of impact do you think you have on today's youth?
I hope a good one. One of my goals coming out here and doing this is, well, A, to fulfill a dream I've always had. But I'm also trying to inspire other people that if they have a dream that they think sounds outrageous or impossible, that it's not. You can make it happen. Or if someone was thinking about maybe getting active or exercising or whatever, and they decided the task seemed a little daunting, that I hope they can look at me and think, okay, maybe I can get up and do something a little bit,
Yeah, that anything's possible, really, right?
Exactly.
Also, too, let's. So yeah, going back to like basically how Subway has donated, right? These generous gifts to you. I actually wanted to see if you had the gear on you, and then you could like show us basically and like point out what they kind of gave you if you wanted to do that.
Sure. So what they've given me is they've given me a e-gift card. So I can't really show that one. But the e-gift card is used to pay for all of the subs from here on out throughout the rest of the trip. They're also going to be sending me a updated made-to-order custom built baby stroller with like solar panels attached and a couple of fun attachments. But we have not received it yet. We probably won't be getting it until we hit about Indiana, Illinois.
Okay. Why that specific location? Actually, is that where they're like branched out, like
just because it's being manufactured and it's taken a little bit of a while to get made, so it's going to take about a week or two to get it up, and that's just where I'll be ended up at that point. Plus I think they mentioned something about potentially doing a celebration of an almost halfway point somewhere around Peoria, Illinois. So
like in person or
in person, yeah, at one of the Subway locations. I'll be crossing through there.
Awesome. I actually got a chance to interview with them as well, but they didn't mention that part. So that's awesome that there's gonna be like a celebration too. That's cool. I'm so glad that my article helped you with this too. Like I'm so
happy. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's set in stone as far as that goes, but they did mention the possibility. So
yeah, it's probably not confirmed yet. But yeah, I mean, actually, I know I keep reaching out with these Zoom interviews, but if we could do another one that day somehow, or even if I could just get photos or something of that event, if it does happen, that'd be great.
Sure, yeah.
When was it again? You think it's probably gonna be around like what month? Maybe like.
It's probably gonna be close to the end of June, the end of this month.
June. Okay. All right. Yeah, that'd be great then. That's only probably going to be a few weeks out then, right? End of the month. Okay. And I think that pretty much sums up our interview. Thank you so much again for your time, and it's always a great time talking to you. So thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I appreciate it.